Hello everybody, welcome to the Comic Game Movie Show. My name is Deshaun, and today I'm here to give you an action classic. Now this classic is admittedly not that, not that old. I've kind of been going with older stuff, stuff that I don't think people have even seen, like Equilibrium, and I just did one for Real Steel. Like I kind of been doing those ones. That's kind of been where I've been at. But I have to say, but this one's going to be on the list one way or the other, so I might as well just get to it on this one, at least this week. A simple one. John Wick. 2014? Yeah, 2014's John Wick, starring Keanu Reeves. Now, this movie, I almost had the same feeling, and I've said this before with many reviews, if you've heard me say this, then sorry, you're just going to hear me repeat this again. There's certain movies that have even more of a leeway with me, even more impact on me, because I did not expect them to be good. Taken, I did not expect it to be remotely good. I thought we were just going to see this movie just to get out of the house. Me and my friend Willie were just getting out of the house to go see some stuff, to go see a movie, eat some popcorn, hang out, and the movie ended up being great. There's a movie called Spy with Melissa McCarthy that is not that I'm not a big Melissa McCarthy fan, but I went on a date to go see that movie. Planned on making out the whole time. We ended up watching the whole movie, laughing our asses off because it was that damn good. And same thing with John Wick. I did not see John Wick in theaters because Keanu Reeves, after The Matrix, was just, he was doing a bunch of bad movies. Like Constantine was pretty decent. I don't think Constantine is as great as everybody else thinks it is. Some people think it is. I'm not part of the cult following with Constantine, but I did like Constantine. So other than Constantine, it was just like duds and movies going straight to freaking DVD, and it was rough. It was rough watching Keanu, and he just fell out of favor. And so when I heard about John Wick and I saw the trailer for it, I was just like, oh, who cares? It's just Keanu being Keanu. It's the same old shit, different day. At least that's what I thought. Turns out this is the best action movie. The original first John Wick that came out in 2014 is, in my personal opinion, revolutionized the action genre and reinvigorated Keanu Reeves into the Keanu-sans that the Keanu-sans, as people were calling it when he was in freaking he was in so much, he was all over the place, and he was just the most likable, beloved dude. They're making top 10s about this dude. It reinvigorated that whole thing about Keanu, and he just became a household name again. Not that he wasn't a household name, but he was dying. Nobody really cared about Keanu after The Matrix. Then he did something. Then he came back in a big way with John Wick, creating my personal opinion, probably the best pure action hero since, action heroes weren't a big thing. Growing up as a kid, especially, being raised by a grandmother who is a very hardcore action fan. She's an action fan. And so I watched, the Steven Seagals, the freaking Jean-Claude Van Dammes, some of the Bruce Lee stuff when I got the chance, man. I watched all of that stuff. That was the stuff I was watching. All these different martial arts movies, all these different action movies. That was the thing for me. That's what I was doing. I was watching all these movies. Jet Li, Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan. That was my wheelhouse. That's the stuff that I was exposed to. And watch it, and it's hard to believe, but it was a time period between the 2000s, somewhere in the 2000s, somewhere in the mid 2000s, the action movie star was gone. Not to say that it was dead, because there were still people like Tom Cruise and stuff who could do it, Vin Diesel is you consider that, and The Rock today. But there's not a big deal for those people anymore. Those people don't put asses in seats anymore. Well, really no actor really does that anymore, in the modern era. But the action star was kind of it's dimmed. And then along comes John Wick, which completely reinvigorates the action genre. First of all, it's directed by some of the stuntmen from the Matrix series. I always forget their name. It's Code Stead. I can never pronounce their name, so I'm not even gonna try. I know someone will put it in the comment section the director's names. I'm never gonna try. By the way, one of the writers on John Wick wrote on Falcon and the Winter Soldier, so that was a nice little trick there. But these two guys who were co-directing this, it's like David Leitch, and like something else. Like I said, I can't remember their names off the top of my head. But those two guys were stuntmen for The Matrix. So like they were like in the trenches. They knew how to do this stuff. That's how they met Keanu. That's how they got Keanu to come on board with this. And they created this world that's something like a video game and a comic book movie. It's really cool. It's like the way the movie shot and whatnot, the way it looks. The whole thing with the Continentals, the assassins, this hidden world that we aren't privy to, where they have their own currency, like that is all badass. But then you have this amazing character in John Wick who just, to me, completely changed the way I look at gunplay in action movies. I swear, like before John Wick, I never really like. It's not that I didn't pay attention to gunplay in action movies. It just wasn't that big of a deal to me. But the way he uses his guns and the way he goes about it, there's this air of realism about it. And it's not that it's, super, it's Hollywood. But there's this air of realism about it. And it's backed up by the fact that he's using actual legitimate tactics. Not to say that other people haven't done that. For instance, Tom Cruise in Collateral, another fantastic movie. I don't consider Collateral an action movie, so I can never put it on this list. So I might just make another list of other things. But like Tom Cruise in Collateral did stuff like that. There's been other people who've done it, but the way he goes about it, the style, the swagger, the ease, just the coldness, headshot, like it's the practicality of the way he goes about it. He's just like an efficient killing machine. And it feels real. It feels like if someone was the most bad motherfucker on the planet, it wouldn't be like old school, like blowing up things and choking. No. It'd be like they just pop people in the head. They just pop people in the head and they just keep it moving and pop motherfucker. And that's what John Wick was. And like the style and everything along with it was just amazing. The nightclub scene is one of the greatest action sequences of all time. Keanu Reeves as this cold, just this force. That's what he is. John Wick isn't really a character. He's a force of freaking death. Like that's pretty much what he is. And over the course of the films, you do get a little bit more on him. Yes, and I don't get people. And yes, I don't. He kind of started killing all these people over a dog. But that, I don't get how this part flies over people's head. Me and Seth were talking about this. Me and Seth talked about this when the movie came out, when we were both when we used to talk about it all the time. We were like, why are people just, saying that the dog... Why do people keep saying, oh, he killed him over the dog? It's like, no, did you watch the movie? The dog was the representation of the last thing his wife ever gave him. He's not killing them over the dog. They took away his ability to grieve by killing the thing that was given to him by his wife. So in turn, they tarnished the memory of his wife. That's why he's killing them. It's not just the dog. Like, if you pay attention to the movie, you realize it's more than just that. It's like, it's more than that. So, but man, there's some amazing action sequences. One of the all-time great movie lines ever to me. Sir, he killed John Wick. He attacked John Wick and yeah, he killed his dog. Oh. I mean, come on. It doesn't get. You're so badass that my boss is like, hold on now, wait a minute. I think we might have fucked up. Let's talk about this. Like, man, like I said, dude. Like, and the cool thing about it is, it's insinuated that he used to be better than this. That he's rusty. That he used to be better than this. Like, that's the scary thing. I think all the other John Wicks, like I love 2, I love 3, but all of them kind of are in the shadows of this first one, in my opinion, just because of how unexpected it was. Just because no one expected this kind of style. No one expected Willem Dafoe giving a great performance as well. No one expected the amazing stunt work and action sequences and design and just the look of this world, this fucking comic book world. Like, if someone told you, this is a graphic novel, which maybe is another reason why it's so awesome, because John Wick is a graphic novel. It's not an actual graphic novel, but it's like someone made a badass graphic novel. It feels like something that came out in the early 60s, not the early 60s, and the late 90s, and it was like this graphic novel that no one really talked about that just got adapted. That's what John Wick feels like. And I love that movie. John Wick's a 10 out of 10 action movie for me. As an action movie, 10 out of 10. As a movie, maybe it could be a little bit more with the characters and a little bit more, understanding. So I maybe give it as a movie an 8.5 to a 9. Probably an 8.5. But as an action movie, it don't get any better than John Wick. Doesn't get any better. Other than maybe one other movie that I'm going to list on here eventually. Anyway, stay out, German Comic Game Movie Show. Please don't like, subscribe, and how do you feel about John Wick? By the way, that movie might have came out in 2015. I think it was 14, though. Correct me in the comments section. Thank you guys for joining my Comic Game Movie Show again. Please don't like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.